So I said at the end of the last video I wanted to add in the part of the game that would cause us to lose lives, and I went ahead and just offline out of the video added in the lives variable and set lives to 3 as part of my places everybody on stage. And now we need to figure out a way to have the shark lose lives. And so I'm going to come to choose a sprite. We're going to add in this idea of an evil crab. So I'm going to add the crab in. And again, he's really big right now, so we're going to make sure that in our places everybody we shrink him just like we have been doing with all of the others. So in his places everybody, let's get this out here. When I receive places everybody, I want to have him, I'm going to actually have the evil crab start by not only shrinking in size, let's see, 50% seems about what we had for the others, but I'm also going to have him start by hiding, and I'll explain why I'm going to do that in a second. I think that the idea, though, is that when the game starts, we want to start by not having him there right away. We want to start by having the game sort of go for a few minutes. And so maybe what I'll just do is say that when the game first starts, I want to have maybe the first 10 seconds be free of the crab. And then as soon as that 10 seconds has come, we can show him and have him start pursuing the shark. And I'm in fact going to have him pursue the shark. And so we're going to have him forever turn so he's pointing towards the shark, right? And move, let's say, 2 steps to start with, and let's see how that works. And so this will at least allow him to pursue the shark. And I'm going to stop and sort of call this one increment, even though we'll go right on after this. Let's see how this happens. So I've got my shark. He's pursuing the fish that he can eat. And then suddenly I'm being pursued by the crab, and he's coming at me awfully fast. So let's try moving him only at speed 1. And in fact, I don't like the fact that he kind of turns on his head and all of that. So I'm going to put him back to the idea of pointing in direction 90, and we're going to use his rotation style. Actually, I'm not even going to bother with left and right. I'm just going to say don't rotate. And so let's try this. So we can pursue the good fish a couple points before the time comes up. And now I got this crab that's chasing me. Okay, so that's pretty good. I can just kind of avoid him if I try hard, but eventually maybe I get caught by him. So let's add in that now. The next increment, what do we do when he eats me? As I've been arguing all along, we only want to have one person look for the other. I'm going to have the crab look for the shark. The idea would be that the shark maybe still eats the crab, but the crab makes him sick, and that's what costs him a life. So in this case then, what we'll do is, just like we've been doing before, the idea of if touching the shark, then I want to have him hide. I want to have him wait some random number. And in fact, in large part, he's going to do exactly the same thing that the previous fish have done. He's going to wait a couple of random seconds. And then show again. And of course, what I forgot to do in that was take away a lives. So let's go back to the variables, and we want to change lives by -1. Again, this should all be pretty common. They're pretty explanatory to you, self-explanatory. You saw this in the monkey and the bananas video when the monkey hit when the bananas hit the ground. Now it's just that when the shark gets here. Okay, and so let's try this again. realized the thing I forgot to do is probably to put the shark to potentially to a new location, or the crab, excuse me, to a new location if he catches. So can I avoid him? Yep, I avoided him, but okay, so there I got. He came back awfully fast, which I might not want for this. So maybe we want to raise this. The other thing is that you notice that when I get him, there's not a lot of a signal that maybe that I ate the crab and that I lost a life. If I wasn't paying attention to the lives, I might not really notice that that's what caused everything to happen. So we need to add in a couple of things in addition here. First of all, we noticed that the lives went to 0 and the game didn't end, so we have to add in that idea of if, oops, I don't want that there. I want to say if the lives equals 0 to have the game end. So, sorry, control. I always want to put that in a different place. Stop all. And what we don't have is any indication now of when the crab is eating the evil. Sorry, when the shark is eating the evil crab. And so, again, I want the shark to do something. And in this case, what I'm going to have the shark do is, if you look at the shark's costumes, he actually has a sick kind of costume, and I'm going to use that costume, that when he eats the crab, he gets sick. And so in order to change costumes, he has to know when he ate the shark, or the crab. So of course we want to come back to crab, and we want to have him send a little broadcast. So let's do broadcast, and rather than eating time, which was what he did when he ate the good things, we're going to broadcast sick time. And sorry, not broadcast and wait. I don't want broadcast and wait. I want broadcast sick time. And I'll show you why in just a second. And so let's put that back in there. And the reason that I'm going to do that is that under the shark, when the shark is running around, right now he's just pointing toward the mouse pointer and go. Point toward the mouse pointer and go. What I want to have him do is to have this idea of when he receives sick time, I'm going to still let him swim around for a little bit, but I'm going to have him change costume and not be able to eat. That's what I really want to have happen here. So we're going to say that when this happens, we're going to change to that sick costume, which is costume C. So let's see, looks, switch costume to costume C. And then we're going to have him wait 3 seconds. And then we're going to have him switch back to his normal costume. And let me just show you this. We're getting there, but let's look at this. So now, oh, see, he's in sick mode. That's not good. We didn't do our places everybody right. Right now, when the shark goes to places everybody, we want to make sure that no matter what happens, he always starts in the right costume. So let's try this again. Good costume, eating fish, blah, blah, blah. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Okay, and let's get the crab out here. Okay, I'll eat the crab. See, so now he's sick. And what I want to do is have so that he actually can't eat anything while he's sick. And so if we do this, we want to use this idea of a variable again. And we want to use the idea of a variable that doesn't work, or that controls it so we can't eat the other fish when it's there. So here's what I'm going to do. This is kind of similar to what we did in one of the extras at the end of the last set game, the monkey game. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to create one more variable. I'm going to call it eating. Okay. And what's going to happen is this. I'm not going to have eating visible on the screen. At the beginning of the game, eating is going to go to on. So if we go to the stage, right, at the beginning of the game, we're going to set eating to on. and that says that the shark can eat at certain times. But then what I want to do is go back to the shark and set the eating to false or off when he gets sick. So here it's going to go back to off, and then after it's all done and he's back to healthy shark, it goes back to on. Okay, so now let me do the eating for just a second, right? So you can see it. When the game starts, it goes to on. He's eating, he's eating, he's eating. The crab comes up. This is where I should have done 10 seconds. Right, and so I eat the crab, and right now it says off. We wait until he goes back to the healthy shark, and then it goes on again. And the idea is that while it's off, I don't want to be able to eat the other fish. So I'm going to go to fish 1, and I'm going to notice this. It says, if touching shark, do all this. Well, it's more than just if touching shark. It's if he's touching the shark, and the shark is able to be eating at this point. And so I'm going to go to operators, and we're going to drag out this and block, because I need to have both of those be true. I need to say that I'm not only touching the shark, but that the eating variable is set to on. Okay, I want this instead. Both things have to be true. I have to both be touching the shark and have eating equal on. And if that's true, then he can eat that fish. But if he got sick and the eating is off, then it's not true and he won't be able to eat. And I want this particular block of code right here to be under, hang on, let me draw this. I want this to be under the fish 3 and to be under the fish 2. And it's kind of weird because they all got dark blue, but you notice which one wiggles there. And so I dropped it on fish 2. So we're going to put this there. Right? We want the and in there instead. And for fish 3, we want the and instead. I'm hoping this bothers you a little bit that I have to keep copying it over to all those fish. And one of the extra videos for this, I'm going to show you how to use clones. Not something that I think is a requirement for this course, but I will show those of you who are interested in using clones as to how to use clones so we don't have to have multiple copies of these fish that we're eating. Now let's do this one more time. Again, double check. Places everybody sets eating to on. And so now he's eating, he's eating, he's eating. The crab's going to show up in just a little bit here. When the crab shows up, if I touch the crab, I'm not eating. And now notice that he can't eat those. Okay, so that changed really quickly there. I'm not sure if that was just a fluke that we happened to catch the shark multiple times. Or, excuse me, not the shark, the crab. So let's see, let's try it again. Okay, he got sick. Crab comes back. I'm eating. It's okay to eat. I touch the crab. Can't eat the fish. Crab comes back and I'm okay again. And then he dies. So that's a pretty good game, and I think we've got the majority of the game. There's obviously lots of little things we could still do to this to improve it. We could make things move faster or slower. We could make fish show up or not show up at different times. But by using this idea of Boolean variables, by using this idea of sending messages back and forth, we got a pretty good way for us to manage the evil crab and have really a pretty cool game.